the area, Managing Trustee of Aegis Knowledge Trust, and founder of the Aegis Gamble Awards on the panel. We are truly honored to have such a distinguished panel with us, bringing their expertise and insight to today's jury round. Before we begin with the presentations, let me quickly walk you through the scoring portal. Let me just share my screen. So this is a dummy portal. Jurors just have to select today's date for presentation, and you will see the companies that would be presenting today. Scoring is on a basis of 1 to 10, with 10 being the highest score. You just have to punch in your scores. The scores will be auto-saved. There is no save button. With that, we are all set to begin the presentations. Our first presentation for today is by Castle Code. Representing the company, we have Ritesh Tiwari, co-founder of Castle Code. Ritesh, I would request you to turn on your camera and share your screen.
Hi everyone, good morning.
Good morning, Ritesh.
Just allow me a sec. I hope my deck is visible to everyone.
Yeah, you need to speak up a bit.
I hope my screen is visible to everyone now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good morning, Ritesh. So, all the jury members, I have a declaration to make. Ritesh is my student, so I have a direct conflict of interest. So, I will abstain from grading him. Wish you good luck, Ritesh.
Thank you, sir. So, a very good morning to everyone, and thanks for everyone for giving us this opportunity, and thanks to Aegis also. So, what we are presenting today is Castler Code, India's first cloud-native solution for doing software escrows. So in a software-dependent world, what we have seen is that vendor failure equals business failure. And that's how we come up with an idea of Castler Code, which delivers India's first cloud-native software escrow platform, ensuring the businesses have operational resilience even when the critical technology supports fail. The agenda is as per the defined. We will be talking about the problem, market opportunity, innovation, market and impact, social relevance, sustainability, our roadmap, and conclusion. So the problem statement was we were seeing that there are a lot of bigger enterprises which are running mission critical software for third-party vendors with no contingency plans. Sometimes we see that a single vendor failure is almost equal to operation disruption and compliance breaches. According to Gartner, we have seen that 72% of the service interruption phase are due to third-party failures. As per IDC, $300 plus billion of annual amount is lost when it comes to failure of software interruptions. So we saw that in India, the market opportunity is growing because of the regulatory requirement across BFSI market, capital market, insurance, and SaaS. As per RBI, SEBI, IID, they have mandated that every regulated entity in India, if they are using any third-party platform, like if you are a NBFC, you are using a loan management system or a loan origination system from any of the vendors in India, then the source code of that needs to be escrowed with a third party. So what we see when we do a total of RBI, RDA, and SEBI mandate, we see there are total number of 26,000 companies in India which are mandated by these regulated agencies that they should have a software escrow mechanism in place. So what we have done before Castler Code, that there was a traditional method of doing software escrow. That was that the vendors were sending the source code in a flash drive or a DVD, and it was being kept with a trusteeship company and some secure fireproof locker. So we thought, why not to come up with a digital first kind of innovation where it is a developer friendly. So we launched this service with partnership with AWS, where it is our service is India's first cloud native solution, where if you have a vendor who is supplying you a software, then we have ability to integrate directly into the developer environment, like get a Bitbucket or maybe something else, where the new source code which is being shipped to the client is automatically escrowed with us, and subsequently, any releases that happens with that software also gets escrowed. So this is the kind of platform that we have built, which is similar to any GRC platform, which looks like when it comes to software escrow. So let's say if you're a big company, you have n number of critical applications which needs to be escrowed. So with a single dashboard view, you can see how many applications are escrowed, how many escrows are there with actual code deposit, how many are physical, how many are code, and what are the locations you have chosen. All can be seen with a bird eye view with a few clicks with a very intuitive dashboard that we have come up with. The deposition process is very simple. We just require basic information that what will be the start date, end date, and you can upload the escrow agreement with settings like if you want to enable checksum with key management encryption or not. That all can be configured on the fly. And after that, we have a method where the code can be submitted, right? You can either submit a code via SFTP, you can do a file upload also, or if you have a repository, you can connect that repository as well. So once the code is submitted, then comes the verification part. Here we are doing a level 1 verification with the help of AI, where our AI deployed on this platform does a basic verification and generates a report, and that report is sent to both beneficiary of this escrow, like the vendor and the supplier. And then if someone opts for a verification level 2, where you want to actually test and verify that, let's say if this software is, for making a railway booking, right? So whether when you are running the software, then actually a railway bookings happens or not. So that kind of verification is also supported, but that's an extensive that can be done on a demand basis. Comparing us with the global palace, so we are the only one with the cloud native infra when we are comparing ourselves to number 1 player in the US market, in European, and number 2 in the US market. Seamless code release. Let's say in the event where the vendor goes bankrupt or something happens and a deal goes southward, then as per the agreement, there's a seamless code release as well. When it comes to alignment with the Indian regulators, then we are the only one which is aligned with the Indian regulator in terms of their compliances, their security measures, and data localization policies. Platform offering both views, that can you have a platform where you can see your offline escrows plus the cloud. We are the only one, along with some limited capabilities with someone in the Europe. Automated verification, again, we are competing with someone in European market. They are also doing automated verification with the help of AI. Go-to-market price advantage. We have a clear mode and clear advantage when it comes to pricing. Market potentials. When we talk about India, Tango, then as per some of the few reports that we have gone through, we see that it is growing at 21% CAGR, and by 2030 it will be of 8 billion in terms of rupees. When we are talking about global, then in 2024 it was $7.8 billion industry and growing at a CAGR of 17%. So by 2030 we see as the industry to be at 23.41 billion. The key drivers here are the regulatory mandates, SaaS vendor proliferation, cloud native dependency, and cyber insurance requirements. So social impact and sustainability. So because through Castler Code, we are strengthening digital public infrastructure resilience in India. We are providing regulatory compliance, protecting financial ecosystem from systematic failures. We are encouraging ethical vendor management and transparency software and practices. We are also thinking about reducing the carbon footprints. So we are not using any physical data centers. Everything is being on the cloud. When we talk about the traction, so as of now, within 6 months of launch, we have got 100+ escrow customers from BFSI and SaaS sectors. So one point I would want to make is you talk about all top 20 PSU banks in India. We have the source code of them. Even the largest of the CBS providers in the country, we have the source code from them as well. Then the ARPU is around 1.65 lakhs, and we are doing this business with a gross margin of 99.96%. What we are thinking about market expansion and growth is we are the first cloud native software infra in India. So we are trying to come up with full stack solution where the agreements are also stitching this. And we have deep regulatory alignment with RBI, SEBI, IRDA, dual custody that we have built in redundancy, ensuring zero data loss. In future, we are thinking about a global launch, a soft global launch as we scale in Indian market. We are seeing demand of this kind of offering in the UAE and MENA region, especially when it comes to medical field over there as well. Very soon, we are going to launch AI-based smart contract verification tool on this and integration into compliance, legal procurement ecosystems globally. So maybe very soon we will try to stitch our solution with some of the popular GRC tools available globally as well. So this is our founding team. Vineet is our CEO, Dinesh, Chief Business Officer, Amit, Chief Operating Officer, and I'm heading product and technology at Castle. So in this fast-growing market where the TAM is driven by compliance, Castler Code is automating enterprise-grade escrow solutions for critical applications in India as of now. And through that, we are solving a very basic and a very major problem as well, which is a vendor risk, which is directly proportional to operational risk. That's all from my side. Thank you. Over to you, Juries.
Thank you for the presentation, Ritesh. We still have some time left. Let the timer be running too. Jury, if any of the jurors would like to have the first question.
I had a
Can I-
question.
Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
All right. Okay, I'll go then. So, very impressive, Ritesh. And so you are essentially a custodian of the code of the third-party provider, right?
Yeah.
And then you have, so could you like do a 20, 30 seconds example or use case of how the whole flow would work in case there is some sort of issue with the supplier?
So let's say there is a loan management system. There's a company which provides loan management systems to NBFCs in India, right? So now as per RBI, there is a mandate that now this application is a critical application for that regulated entity, right? So now the source code of that application, right, needs to be escrowed with someone. So now we, being Castler, what we do, we integrate with their developer, with their Git repositories, right? So the source code which is being supplied to this NBFC gets escrowed with us, right? So in an event of failure, or let's say if this small tech company goes bankrupt, right, then at least this company has got the source code which can be rebuilt and can be rehosted.
Just 1 second here. When you keep the code, this code is relevant, it works on a certain platform. So that specifications is all there.
Everything. So
Basically you
everything
just push it to it's okay. Fine. No, I thought so. I just clarifying.
Yeah. So we have one example, sir, where we were dealing with a very big PSU, a Navratan company in India, and they were using SAP, right? So what they have done, there were a lot of vendors they have employed to do customization over SAP, right? Which is a very natural process. So over there, we have escrowed that customization bit of SAP.
I have a question about why they trust you, but I'll come back after other questions.
Sure.
So Ritesh, you just mentioned that there is an basic AI component. Can you just explain a little bit or elaborate on that?
So sometimes what happens is we receive a code and our clients want that, okay, we only want a level 1 verification where we want to know what are the folders, what are the size and all those things, right? So typically how it was being done before Castler was that people were actually going to the, directories, folders and creating a report and submitting to the client. Now with the help of AI, what we are doing is the AI is able to glance through all these folder structures and it is able to generate a customizable report which is being sent to the clients. And this AI that we are using is on our premises, right? No data is being shared with anyone or it is going outside our premises.
Okay, another question from me. See, you have mentioned about the competitors, and so how difficult for others not to go on cloud? What is something uniqueness you have? Because nowadays the technology is changing at very unprecedented state. Nobody stops others to move on cloud. So, what is your USP when it comes to the cloud? Except the first move. That's another. I'm talking from the technology perspective.
So, sir, when it comes to a cloud, right, in India, it is very difficult for anyone else to come, right? Because in India, it is not just about...
I'm not talking about India. Ritesh, you have taken the competition globally. So I'm talking about the global.
Yeah. So globally, what we have seen is, you are right, it is not that difficult for anyone to copy it, right? But what we see over there is that the kind of market depth that we have, the kind of first-hand experience that we are getting, and with that experience that we have built, it is a first-generation product which is built on market feedback. We have interacted with a lot of CISOs and CTOs in India, right? And that's why we see there's a acceptance of this solution, what we have made on cloud. It is not something that we are saying that yes, we have taken Azure, we have taken this, and we have made this. Second point, what we have seen is we don't see anyone in globally offering multi-cloud, right? Because what we see is that we go to some big organizations where the CISO says, no, my entire thing is on GCP. I want GCP, right? So why don't you have GCP? I want Azure, right? So why don't you have Azure, right? Now people are talking about Protean cloud.
You are giving choice to the customer.
Yeah, exactly, right? Plus, different clouds have different challenges. Someone is comfortable with S3 bucket. Someone is comfortable with Blob, right? Someone is comfortable with something else. Some organizations are comfortable with Protean as a cloud, right?
Yeah, thanks. I think other juries will also. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So Ritesh, very interesting presentation. I just wanted to understand a little bit when you're talking about your escrow mechanism, do you also use any kind of formal verification for the code? And if you use any formal verification, what architectures do you use?
So when it comes to formal verification, so that comes under L3 verification, right? And that totally depends on the client, whether they want to go through this formal verification or not, right? Because it's a big process where each and every dependencies, any libraries that is being used needs to be provided by us, along with the test cases and the results, right? And then only we can perform this.
But do you use any ML for the formal verification?
No.
Okay. So in case the client asks only, then you go for formal verification, but otherwise then you would typically take the entire code as it is, as is from the client and keep it on the cloud.
Exactly.
Okay.
But that's in our roadmap because right now, what we are seeing, there is a lot of hindrance from the vendor side, right? They don't want to expose their codes and all, right? Plus, there's a long time as well if we do this manually, take all the dependencies, libraries, and install that. So we are working on a different native where we can have cloud formation and all, where we can have boiler template, and these infras can be spin up just like we do spin up EC2s, right? So over there, we are doing a lot of R&D work that how this entire thing can be done with few prompts.
Okay.
Hi, Ritesh. This is Sandeep. Thanks for your presentation.
Hi, sir.
Now, I'm very much interested in the fact that you have said that for PSU banks, etc., you provide for escrow of the core system. Then also you mentioned the fact that there are a lot of system integrations that take place.
Yeah.
Right. So I think in the interest of the bank, it will be important to also have that code as a part of the escrow setup, right? Because that customization keeps on changing. It needs to work with whatever version of the code is there, and vice versa.
Exactly.
Right. So do you do that as a part of the escrow, or the client says, no, it's only the core system that I want?
No, sir. So that's why we build this, because what we see is average, like in the banking ecosystem, on an average, there will be 4 releases in a year, right?
Okay.
And what we were seeing before is that if you do a manual escrow, you take a code and deposit and you keep it somewhere, right? And what if a month after there's a release which happens 3 a.m. in the night, right? Then you are missing on that updated version of the code, right? So that's why our escrow is integrated directly with the developer environment, right? So as soon as your vendor is pushing a new code to production, we also get that.
So that's a core. I'm talking of the system integrators. There are scores of systems that actually surround the core system, and they need to work with the core system with whatever version is being updated, and vice versa in the sense that
whatever version is being updated by those integrators as well, right? So we have
that also gets
also
gets into escrow.
So we have done couple of complex use cases as well, where we have done escrow of 250 microservices, right? With a requirement from a bank that, okay, I want these 2 microservices to be exposed to this person in my team. Only this person or this vendor should be allowed to upload or see this microservice, right? So all those kinds of customizing and complex verification and escrows has also been done.
Okay, so now you talked about, I think, one specific case. You talked about, I think, SAP or something. So I mean, for me as, let's say, a CIO of a bank, I would like to ensure that if the vendor goes bankrupt, I'm able to recover very quickly. It's like an RTO RPO option. How fast can I recover? Let's say some upgrades have taken place and I'm not been advised of it, etc. So how fast is the RTO RPO that's going to take place? So how do you ensure that? I mean, do you, like you said, there is a checksum facilitation that is there. So, do you have a checksum of the live system that is running on the current servers? Then you do a
We do
checksum of
have.
what the vendor has,
Yeah, we do have. That's built in our platform.
and that works perfectly. So you are
As
able
of
to
now,
ensure
yeah.
that.
So as of now, Touchwood, we have not seen any event where the code release has happened, right? We have been operation since last 12 months only, right? So we have not seen that happening as of now, right? But
Not even a single case where when vendor went bankrupt and you
no,
had to actually perform
no,
the
no,
operation of transferring,
no. So
moving the
many of
escrow
these
on that.
things, so many of these things are coming because of there is a mandate from the regulated agencies, right?
Okay.
So that's why we are doing it, right? So, and when I mentioned about the banks and PSUs, right? So we have participated in the RFPs and we have won tenders for 5 years. So let's say any PSU bank that we have got project for 5 years for all the applications that these banks are doing.
When the bank selects you, how do they ensure that they know that everything will work when they need you the most?
So there's a very tedious checklist when it comes to getting on board with the banks in India, be it private or be it public sector, right? So all those checklists we are getting take. We are ISO 2701 compliant by a global auditor, which is TÜV SUD. We are SOC 2 compliant. We are PCI DSS level 1 compliant.
So it's a basically paper exercise that takes place, but not a
No, it's
formal
not a
test.
paper exercise. So it's not a paper exercise. It's a real exercise because apart from that, Castler also runs a money movement business, right? Where we are TSP to 3 large private banks and 1 PSU bank in India. So the information security team of these banks conduct our physical audit every 3 months, right? So when it comes to anything, because when we talk to people like the CISOs, CTOs, right? They are not just going to accept that, yes, you have an ISO certification, it's done. They always ask for that, can you show me the entire audit report or the exercise that you went through, ISO practice, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Thank you for the presentation, Ritesh. Very well presented and answered to the questions of the jury as well.
The question.
Thank you.
Jurors, while you evaluate this innovation from Castler Code, we can get ready with the next set. We have the next presenters ready. The next presentation is from Authbridge. We have their team here.
Sure.
Team Authbridge would request you to turn on your camera and share your screen.
Hey. Hey, hi everyone. Am I audible?
Yes,
Yes, you're audible.
All right. Just give me a second. I'll share my screen.
sure, you can share your screen.
Mm, where is it? Right. Just find. Mm, mm, mm. Yeah. Is my screen visible?
Yes, you can begin with the presentation.
All right. Uh, yeah. So good morning, everyone. I am Raghav, the product manager at Authbridge, looking after the ground check .ai product, which has been featured for this award. I'll just give you a brief about the Authbridge. At Authbridge, we have been building trust for nearly 2 decades with 20 years of experience. and a footprint in 140 plus countries and over 15 million verifications every month. We are India's most trusted authentication technology company. For background checks for millions of employees, to due diligence on vendors and partners, to verification for India's top banks and fintechs, our mission is simple: to help enterprises answer one critical question: can I trust this person or this business? And today, I'm here to showcase our most ambitious innovation yet, which is the groundcheck.ai. So let me take you through the problem that the industry faces, be it the BFS industry, be it the background verification for employees, or the due diligence or the vendor onboarding process. So, firstly, let's say we have BFSI industry where merchants and loans are the prime subject here. So normally a contact point verification takes 3 to 5 days, too slow for a Kirana store owner who needs quick credit at an affordable price or at a fair interest rate. But many give up and fall back on normal informal money lenders at 30 to 40% interest. Now, workforce hiring. Companies hiring delivery riders, gig workers, or even senior executives face delays, address mismatches, and fraud risk. And believe me, a bad hire isn't just costly, it can put brand reputation and customer safety at risk. Same goes for vendor onboarding. Businesses bringing on distributors, suppliers, or partners have to validate legitimacy, the compliance, and physical addresses. Without reliable verification, the risk is fake vendors, the shell companies, and fraud in supply chains. So, bank employees and enterprises all face the same pain: slow, manual, and error prone verification that drives up costs, delays growth, and increases risk. So this is where the groundcheck.ai changes the game. So it's the first AI-powered integrated verification platform in India, wherein all methods in one workflow: your digital address verification, your VKYC, your contact point verification, and what we have introduced is parcel delivery, which we call snail mail, and AI-driven telecalling. Now, fail-safe design. If one verification fails, we have built a system where another auto triggers, a safety net that guarantees completion. It has AI. The AI is able to detect deepfakes, forged IDs, and identifies business type via the images captured during the journey. We have AI in geolocation triangulation, wherein it validates addresses provided during the journey and captured by the one of these methods in your DAV, VKYC, CTV, or snail mail. The outcome: it's 60%. Uh, yeah, it's 60% faster verifications, 20 to 30% cost savings, and 40% fewer drop-offs. So the workflow that you see on the screen right now, the all of these methods can be configured as per the requirement. Low risk, you can go for simple VKYC or a DAV, digital address verification. If it's a medium risk, you can go for digital address verification, VKYC, clubbed with uh, your snail mail or your parcel delivery. And accordingly, for high risk also, you can have all the methods in your journey or just combination of 2 to 3. With this, we guarantee that you have a foolproof 100% uh, verification delivered to you. So if you look at it, the Ramesh, that Kirana shop owner that we had taken an example in UP today, is not able to get the fair interest rate. With ground check, we believe that we can change that. So, like I already mentioned, the innovations that we have done is applicable for all the products, for BFSI industry, for HR teams, for procurement teams, whether it's uh, reactivation of the merchants, whether it's faster loan disbursals, quick hiring at scale, or it means onboarding vendors without fear or fraud.
Raghav, just a prompt. 5 minutes are left for the presentation.
Yeah. So my teammate will take you through this demo of how the flow looks like. Mariam?
Yes, thank you, Raghu. So as part of the flow is completely configurable at our end. We can add the required KYC, KYB APIs at our end. Starting with the process, we start with an email and mobile based OTP verification. This helps us to verify the person who is part of the process, who has received the link. Consent that is part of the journey is customizable. All the verbiages can be put according to the requirement of the client. You can proceed. So in this particular flow, we have started with liveliness check. We make sure that the image of the customer is captured and it is verified with the OVDs that is captured during the journey. A face match with liveliness check happens. If any of these fail, we do not let the customer proceed with the journey. While doing the API based verification, we currently we provide a source verification for all the standard OVDs that is present: PAN, Aadhaar, passport, voter ID, DL. So in case of merchants, we have all the KYB APIs that includes GST, MSME, FSSI, SIN. All these APIs can be added into this particular journey. For Aadhaar based authentication, we use DigiLocker Aadhaar at our end. Once the API based verification is completed, the customer, based on the risk identified for the customer, we give them the flow is generated in a manner that they will either go to a digital address verification if they are low risk customer, and if they have not completed digital address verification in the set time period, they're automatically pushed to VKYC flow that would involve the fallback mechanism that is handled in our product. So this is the once the digital address verification is completed, we have added video KYC as part of the demo. So as part of video KYC, we have integrated AI-based APIs that include during the video KYC call, the images of the shop that is captured. It would include the MCC code that would be part of the shop that is being captured during the video KYC call. If once the video KYC is completed, if the DAV and video KYC both is failed, then the customer is subjected to a physical visit, that is the CPV flow. In CPV flow, we assign agents from our end who will visit the shop, and there's a standard process part of CPV that includes capture of shop images, capturing the OVDs of the person met during the CPV process, and all the required evidences is captured and is part of our CPV report. So based on the various use cases, the CPV flow is configured at our end, which includes all the images that is captured includes timestamp
and the geolocation
and
coordinates
geolocation.
as well. Yeah.
So this is the demo.
So
Beautiful.
yeah. So once all this application is completed, you get all these reports and all the data that has been captured and verified during the journey all in one consolidated dashboard and report, which can be downloaded and used as per the convenience of the client. Yeah. So talking about the uniqueness and the differentiators, like we said that it's a 100% fallback mechanism wherein it's a safety net where if one authentication fails, it moves back or falls back to the another verification method. It's a AI first solution stack that we have integrated AI into the image identification, into the address triangulation, and also identification of the data collection during an automated call via the AI solutions. Then we have real-time audit trails, which ensures that the data is compliant to the DPDP Act and can be used by the BFSI industry or any industry during any of the audits. Scalability, we have current service availability for 20,000 plus pin codes. We have digital APIs integrated, be it your MCA or your business, any of the business APIs which can be used to verify business. That is also there.
So Raghav, the time is up for the presentation. We have to begin with the Q&A now.
Sure.
Would any of the jurors would like to go first?
Well, I have a question, Raghav. Can
Hey,
you
hi.
go back to the slide where you were showing all the different information you have checked with the Aadhaar
Just a
card?
second.
So
Absolutely.
if when you do that,
Yeah.
you have integration with all these suppliers of data, for example, Aadhaar card and such. You can do online verification, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then for the physical verification for 20,000 PIN codes,
Yeah.
you have people in all the areas trained, and how 20,000 people also is a lot. And how do you do that?
So we have 20,000 pin codes that we service. So we
Right,
have
right.
our in-house feet on street team that does it, and then we have partnered with a few vendors as well, where they do this check for us. We train them as per the use case, and we use it via our own. We have a Opus Connect app, which you had seen in the demo video. So they use that app wherein they capture all this information,
Got it,
and
got it. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So
yeah.
you have to have very large number of people. If as your business volume grows, you cannot scale up. It has to be scaled linearly, especially that part of the business.
Yeah, exactly. Because what we wanted to cover is the social inclusivity. We wanted to extend these services to the merchants or small business owners in tier two, tier three
No,
cities.
that's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah. And how about if you have a different kind of requirement, right, for the bank or for the individual and the
yeah,
shops and all that, but each one has a kind of a different way of kind of things that you collect. So all of that is predefined, or for example, a small NBFC wants to lend money to a small shop, then you would have a certain set of processes and things to report.
correct.
It could keep changing depending on, right? So do you like
Correct.
make an agreement with the customer saying if this is what you're looking for, and then you customize your flow?
Yes, the platform that we use is completely configurable, and it's low code, no code, drag and drop feature wise. So it is completely configurable in within 3 to 4
You have
days.
a relationship manager who understands the customer
Absolutely,
requirement and tells the
absolutely.
tech team to do the. So for each deal you get, you have to go do some customization. It's not like you can just do it.
We can also do it. So for standard verification processes, we have packages where it's off the shelf kind of product. So we
Oh,
can
that makes
fix that.
sense.
Yeah.
So
So
there
yeah,
would be like 5 or 10, and within that, probably cover 99%.
absolutely, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Perfect. Thank you.
yeah.
So, Amitabh, just to add to what Raghav said, hi
Right.
Pratik here. So, for example, our typical go live with the client is, let's say the client already knows what they want to check. Let's say I'm discussing with HDFC Bank on a merchant CPV to be done, right? So, if
Hmm.
assuming that HDFC Bank is aware of what do they want to check from the merchant when the agent visits the shop,
Hmm.
we would take hardly 4 to 6 hours in configuring the entire system for HDFC Bank and get it live.
When you
The
said
front-end
hardly, I was expecting few seconds, but that's okay.
So 4 to 6 is in
That's
between.
okay.
But yeah, you got it right. So for example,
No, it's a
we
long
have also a
process.
list of questions, the type of field that is expected, the data type that is expected as a response,
Sure.
signatures to be captured or not, selfie to be captured or not by the agent. And right now we have introduced an AI feature which can continue with the engagement with the merchant through the AI bot talking to the merchant. So
So
for
just one
example,
more question, just because this time is running out.
okay.
So how much does it cost you to customize for each client, and therefore you won't have a threshold of certain volumes and things, right?
Close to nothing, sir. Customization, it's hardly, as I mentioned, two to
Five
four
to
hours
six
of
hours. Yeah.
task. Yeah, right, right. Absolutely. Because we would be looking at monthly volumes of, let's say, in thousands or lakhs, and that's almost nothing of an effort from our side. The client can also configure it themselves, but we do it on behalf of the client just to make things easier and faster.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you.
Hi, Raghav.
Raghav?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So, Raghav, this Sandeep. So, is it better
Right.
to run this application from, say, a centralized back office, or do you think it is better to run it from a branch office so that you have a touch and feel of the location and where people are staying and their activities, etc.?
So currently, it's at run at the central office. Like I mean, we have it, and like I said, we have our own app which our feet on street use. So it's kind of that system wherein people can just download this app, are authorized people, and then they can use it. They get these leads for the verification, and from there on they conduct these verifications at their end.
So the feet on street have the app with them, and they run the verification by being physically present there.
Yeah. So that's the contact point verification, and like I said, that we have digital address verification, which you can do it at your end. There is no need for a
So
physical.
how much is done by the feet on street in terms of this contact verification process, and how much is done by actual software, which goes to all your configured databases, etc., with data that has already been captured and stored?
Yeah, so if I have to break it down from the use case perspective, around 50 to 60% people are doing it via the DAV, which is your self method. Then it falls back to VKYC, which is again your 10 to 20%. Then 10-20% or where the remote areas, then therein we go for a physical agent visit. So that percentage is not too high, but yeah.
Okay. And this passed an audit test? Has an auditor said, I'm fine with it, this looks pretty good, this is solid data, the KYC is genuine?
Yeah, absolutely. This is being used by a few of our clients already. So, which has been,
Can you name a client, a bank, or some institution that we know?
Yeah. So this is being used by Paytm. We are in, doing POC for Aditya Birla also, and few other clients also.
HDFC Bank uses our
HDFC,
CPV. We do it for Bharat Pay as well. Paytm, we are in conversation with Aditya Birla, Federal Bank. So, but the primary customer would be, I think.
But it's all in POC mode, or is it like a wholesale
No,
adoption
it's
has
live.
taken
It's live.
place
It's live for HDFC Bank. We've been live for about 6 months now on
across the
CTV.
enterprise?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
For the field investigation, for Kotak Mahindra, we are doing a digital address verification as well. For
we're doing
the
this. Sorry, Pratik. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go on, Raghav.
Yeah. So, and to add from the other industry sectors, we are doing it for JK Cement. We are doing for other background verification, used in the background verification industry. We use it for few other clients like PwC, Deloitte, and Flipkarts for that matter.
Okay, thank you.
Raghav, just what is your competition? Because this is like with the advent of a lot of ML and AI, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people are using this technology. So what is your USP? Is it like you're putting everything in one place?
Sorry, can you come again? I couldn't get your
So,
question.
so what I'm saying is, what is your USP? Because with the advent of Gen AI and a lot of OCR and all ML applications,
Yeah.
people can now as a like RPA tools and using AI, they can quickly put these things together. So what is
Yeah.
your USP?
So if I have to talk about our USP, firstly, I would say that it's 100% solution. Let's say if DAV fails, it goes to VKYC. Now, DAV is itself is just simple, wherein your location gets captured. We get the address lat long from there. We reverse map it with the stated address. We use address triangulation there. We give you a score based on that, which the client can use to come to a conclusion, take action on the application. For the VKYC, we do face liveliness match. We also do document which have been produced during the VKYC journey and just during the onboarding journey. We do match it and give a score there itself. Then if we move ahead, then we have your CPB, wherein the person goes and then takes photographs of all those the business and everything. We do identification of
More
AI
integrated,
business.
more integrated solution.
Yeah. It's all one integrated solution. It's a fallback mechanism so that we ensure once an application comes to us, we give you 100% guarantee that it would get processed.
So do
Generally,
you do
what
it
happens?
for
Yeah.
Sorry.
okay, so just one, we are short of time. Just want to know, like once you do a KYC for a particular customer,
Yeah.
do you store that for other clients or it just you have to redo it again?
We store it for. Can you come in the last
No,
part?
no, we have to do it again because that's client sensitive data in a way. So that's absolutely non-negotiable. So we have to do it again, and yeah.
Got it, got it. Thanks. All the best.
Yes.
Yeah. So any more questions from the jury?
Professor Arpan, do you have a question?
No question from my side. Thank you.
Can I ask a quick question? Why can't you pass on this data to the credit bureau, for example? So that this becomes centrally stored, and many organizations can validate it against
No,
whatever data.
I think we sign NDA documents with the clients, and we ensure that their data is safe with us, so we cannot share it with anyone or probably use it for.
Also, for bureau to accept, we have to be a regulated entity, which we are not. Regulated entity in the sense that it has to be a bank or an NBFC, which can feed into the system of either CKYC or the bureaus.
Yeah, that is.
But we are not allowed to write data directly into the bureau or the CKYC authorities. Right?
So the timer has died, but let me just quickly follow up. I hope I was not interrupting. Raghav, if you can actually make this into a standard, whichever customer you work with, if your whoever credit or the people you are verifying, if they agree, and if the person who is making you to verify them agree, can you make a database where they don't have to go through the whole process over and over again, similar to what you were asked before? So that way you can become more of a credit company, credit history checking company or something of that sort. So people don't have to do this process over and over again every time. Just a thought. I mean, it was followed up by what was just asked to you now.
Yeah. No, that's a fair thing, and it's a good idea that we can think on. We definitely have to look at the regulatory and compliance issues involved in it. But yeah, definitely.
Raghav, just one recent development. So with one of the customers, Amitabh sir, with if I can name the customer with Fino Payments Bank, we are already in discussions wherein we'll do the CKYC integration on their behalf, using their credits obviously, and will feed into the system whatever is done on behalf of Fino Payments Bank by Oddbridge. So that's a discussion which is already live, and we are sort of committed.
That would be amazing, and you will immediately jump to $1 billion.
We hope to.
Hopefully, sir.
Yeah.
All right. All the best.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Raghav. Thank you, Team Oddbridge, for the presentation. Very well presented and answered to the questions of the jury as well. We wish you the very best of luck.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
Jurors, while you evaluate these innovations from Team Oddbridge, we can get ready with the next set. The next innovation is from Matricom Technologies. We have the presenters here. We'd request them to turn on their cameras and share the screen.
Hello, I'm not allowed to turn on my camera. It's disabled.
Just a second.
Yeah, I hope you guys can see me. Hello, everyone.
Yes.
I'm Srinivas Guripudi from Matricom Technologies. Over the next few minutes, we'll walk you through a presentation highlighting our Matricom and its innovation. Give me a second. I'll just share my screen and we can get started. I hope you can see my screen.
Yeah, we can.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Good morning, all. I'm Srinivas Guripudi, founder here at Matricom Technologies. And over the next few minutes, we'll walk you through our transformation platform. So if we are to really look up at the way internet has evolved, I think it was first primarily more used for started up as a experiment at DARPA. Then it has percolated down to connecting the infrastructure. Then it has percolated down to connecting homes. But I think the internet has just started to reach the last mile, which is connecting every element of this thing. And wherein what happens up is that as we bring in the internet down to the elements, the aspect of using that together with the intelligence to provide kind of a transformation that will benefit the society and everyone and organizations and industries in general. I think that's the area that we are working to get into. Now, as we do that, one of the things that we are doing is that we are bringing in up what has typically been the operational technology or the industrial segment of the industrial segment of the entire landscape. That together with the IT part of it, the information technology part of it, bringing them up together and automating the journeys and the workflows. So towards that, I'll be walking you through the presentation about what our innovation or the use case scenarios are. And then we'll basically give a brief snapshot of our product or the demo, and then share the aspects of how we are different from our competitors, what's the market forecast, and the related details there. Anything else that you would like me to cover as I get started? Okay. So I think if you were to really look up at the problem that we're trying to solve, the first part of it is that as we look up at the various industries, be it the manufacturer or any other related industry, most of them are automated in small silos and segments. They aren't kind of working like an integrated programmable factory. And this basically is an area that has not got the required amount of focus probably because there was a lack of communication technologies, because people putting them up across wires or using Wi-Fi is not an option in the manufacturing segment, because Wi-Fi provides a lot of interference, wires result in cuts. And that's where we had the private 5G coming in. But the innovation that we did over there is this robotic management framework. Most of the people look up at private 5G as a communication medium, but what we did is we brought in our robotic management framework into the core, into the 5G core, and have made the application come and start residing out inside the framework itself, so that we make use of the features, of the various features of the private 5G, right from authentication, robo communication, and all of them. So that way we basically make the communication itself as an application as compared to being used just as a channel for talking to each other. And then once we have reached that particular segment, the next thing that we did is that we looked up at the various applications. Of course, we had the AGV, UGV, and the related automation in the industries. And then we also similarly took that up and pushed it across to the agricultural segment, wherein we basically had the UGV being mounted up with the hand robots, and the same thing being used out to understand and assess the health of the crops, and then remediating those particular details. So in this manner, we automated or transformed out the industrial automation journey and the agricultural automation journey. So typically, our platform, the goal was that we should be able to bring about cost efficiencies, reduction in the time and everything. But beyond all of that, we also, through the automation, result in reduction of the wastage, be it from an industrial perspective or agricultural perspective. Agricultural perspective, it could be an amount of chemical wastage, and others industrial, it would be amount of raw material. If you look up at our the innovation out over there, as I mentioned, it's end-to-end automation platform. So we get all the inputs or the feedbacks from the required sensors through the robotic mechanisms or the sensors over there, and those are used to basically have the robotic actions being driven through it. In the case of the agriculture, we would have basically the camera mounted out over there that will go on and sense it, and then there will be additional robotic hand out on it that will do the required activities, be it from putting the fertilizer spray or plucking anything, a fruit, or plucking anything that's a weed, and then progressively going up ahead accordingly. Basically, so our platform is being used across the industrial in a larger way. Agricultural, it has basically just got started out over there, but it's an area that we are making it out happen. And overall, what I would do is that we will basically, in terms of basically where exactly our platforms is getting used, our platform is getting deployed up at Airtel, and we basically are starting off the industrial automation, these things in the southern part of India with some of the large industrial complexes therein. And the agricultural part of it is also something that we are working up together with them. to have it being done as a use case for the agricultural industry. So one part of it is going into the industry, wherein we have the practical industrial automation as a practical one. Agricultural one is something that has begun and is getting developed out. In terms of the competitive analysis, as I mentioned, one of the major differentiators that we have is that we brought in all the entire robotic management framework or the robotic automation framework into the private 5G core, because a lot of the 5G features were built for Internet of Things and everything, but people were using it as a communication medium. Though a lot of the features and the capabilities in it were built for the automation, and then they built applications on top of it without using any of the 5G capabilities, just using it as only a TCP socket communication medium.
Mr. Srinivas, just a prompt. 3 minutes are left for the presentation.
Sure. So we are better than the Nokia in terms of basically being able to provide innovative platform, which is communication plus automation and management. Similarly with Ericsson and similarly out with Siemens and everyone. So ours is an end-to-end platform, not like a piecemeal out over there. In terms of the market potential, means if you are to really look up at it, it's a significantly large market potential across digital twin and private 5G, spanning across more than $100 billion out over there. In terms of the societal impact and sustainability, our platform across the agricultural automation helps reduce the pesticide wastage by about 20% and brings down the costs also by around 50%. So we have, as I mentioned, that we work with Airtel, and I may not be able to share every part of it, but yes, we are working with them on the industrial part and also onto the working to have something getting rolled out onto the agricultural part. So this is a snap of the robo that's being run onto the agricultural part. That's the one with the robotic arm. This is a outdoor all-terrain robo, and that's used out to basically make things happen out over there. And this is a quick snapshots of our platform where you can plan and you can see the analytics and everything. And this is for the industrial automation. It's almost like you can replicate the factory floor and then get the things going. So overall, we are not just a connectivity or basically an IT dashboard platform. What we do is take the real world problems and give a transformative solution so that you can live, work, and play differently from what was earlier. Thank you. Okay, I rushed through the last set of slides, but yeah.
Thank you for the presentation, Mr. Srinivas. Jurors, we are open to questions. Would any of the jurors would like to go first? Sandeep sir, would you like to go first?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. You can
go. I'm looking at this a lot. It looks more like a theoretical presentation to me. I was not able to grasp fully the application here.
Yeah, the same. I had the same question. So yes.
So is this like a? So I saw a robot there at the very end for agriculture. But is it also software defined hardware? Like you manage something remotely, because I saw also a production system, and you said this is also being managed by by your technology, which is 5G is not just communication, but 5G has got specific automation capability. So it's been a little hard to understand that, but maybe on the production system side, how do you do that? I mean.
Okay, so let me put it up.
Give us a specific application and the benefit that it drives, and how does 5G facilitate this?
Yeah, sure. So I think I will take this scenario where we had this a large automotive plant, right? So they will basically be having all those.
You can stop sharing the screen, perhaps.
Ouch. Okay, thank you. So basically, well, we have this experience across the industrial automation of the automotive plant, wherein they had their robotic panels, the panels to be painted up through the robots, and then they had the AGV is being required to be taken from one place to another place. So what we did out was that we took those particular use cases. The platform is the same because what we do is we integrate the sensors, and then we have all the aspects of their for example, let's say the industry painting. So they will basically it's like somebody will take a brush and they'll just draw as if they are going to paint it, and the camera basically kind of understands out what is to be done. And the next thing is that the industrial those particular panels are painted out over there. So that thing comes up from our platform. It's a singular platform through which we do the industrial automation. And the same platform, as I mentioned, when we are which we are using for industrial automation, we basically onboard the UGV or the AGVs again out over there. We basically take a floor plan, draw these things, the layout where it is supposed to travel, where it's supposed to speed down or accelerate, and all of that, and goes up ahead. So one single platform for entire industrial automation, along with, of course, the fact that we do the normal IT and network automation as well. So it's a singular platform where we have done end-to-end enterprise automation from IT to industrial.
So I understand what he's saying now. So is it akin to maybe an auto manufacturing plant which is totally driven by robots, and you're trying to create something maybe on a smaller scale, but it's also very robotic driven, robots driven, and like you can't talk to the painting job, the robot does the painting job, I presume, and so that's what is there in the production setup. Right? Correct me if
So
I'm
the
wrong there.
robo is not ours. We integrate robos from multiple vendors, and we provide the intelligence on top of it, and then we make it happen. The robo is not ours. So if you were to ask me, are we an SDN for the industrial automation? Yes. We integrate the robos from multiple vendors, and then we build up the entire automation use cases or the transformation use cases.
So the agriculture robo was also from somewhere else, and you had the software which integrated that.
Yes.
So can I offer to summarize and correct me that you're using technology such as 5G and IoT and digital twin, etc., to create solutions, and then these solutions are basically you create software to facilitate certain business functions, or is it like manufacturing functions?
Yeah, it's
Right?
on the industrial automation side. Yes.
So your solution is not anything value adding to any of those areas, but you're using this 5G and IoT because 5G, IoT, and digital twin, the standard combination to do anything in industrial IoT space. So you're in the industrial IoT space where you're programming the robots or the machines to perform the tasks. Is that a good way to summarize?
Yeah, means we are programming them out to create the required workflows, and then manage and provide the workflows out to them, and help them achieve their particular goals. Yes.
Perfect.
Any specific workflows that you are focusing on in terms of simulating, in terms of trying to run analysis that, okay, if I change the workflow, there'll be an improvement of process turnaround time or any kind of outcome?
See, the thing is, some of those things are in progress. If I have to tell, one of the customers has taken his entire assembly line, and they're trying to understand how much is the time taken at each of those particular junctions in their entire workflow, and how is it that we can kind of automate those particular parts and pieces of over there. But that's a work in progress, rather than trying to showcase it as a something that's already
Any
being done.
specific type of production system that you are following in this particular use case? Is this a batch processing kind of a system or?
It's a batch processing kind of a system across the assembly line, and it's a semi-automated, not fully automated. So what they want to see is that what parts of it can be put up into the robotic thing without any loss in the production efficiency. And so every place we are having to look up at it in a unique way. For example, the same robotic arm which is doing the painting, we basically use it to do a different set of industrial activities. For example, some part of it, the welding needs to be automated out. Some part of it, the packaging needs to be automated out. So we are trying to get all those things in place altogether. Because when the robotic, most of the robo companies in India, they are focused a lot on their hardware. They're not focused on creating the end-to-end flows for the industrial automation. So what we are doing is we are filling in that gap, wherein the robo startups in India are just focused on their hardware, but whereas we try to bring in all the robots together and create the end-to-end flow.
Okay, thank you.
So is there any standard framework or platform you have come with? Like if you're talking about multiple vendors, for example, I'm a drone vendor, somebody may be robotics. So is there any common, just like, we have software, like SOA kind of architecture, or people are talking about like, for example, APIs. So is there any framework you have developed which makes vendors to connect their, robots or drones or whatever easily?
See, what we have done is for the AGV and UGV, there's a standard called as V8 2050. That's for the multiple autonomous guided vehicles to be integrated out. That's an industry standard framework out over there. But beyond that, what's the innovation that we have done is people have created those frameworks as an independent applications. We have taken that and pushed it into the 5G core, so that the communications, that becomes like an intelligent communication framework wherein people can take their applications and put it as a plugin. So that's our own framework that we have created, wherein instead of
But is it any standard? I don't know. You must have heard about the MCP, like model context protocol. That
that's for
agentic.
agentic.
No, similar kind I'm talking about.
No, what we have done is over here, we have created our own unique framework. As I said, typically people look about applications as independent thing, communication as independent thing.
But there is no universal, such kind of framework somebody has worked out worldwide.
What we have done is we have enhanced the 3GPP framework. In the 3GPP, you will have the schemas and other things to interact and these things across all the various modules like AMF, SES, USF, and all of those things. We have enhanced them for the robotic management framework. So if we have taken the 3GPP base framework and enhanced it out over there.
Oh, thank you very much.
So since this is an innovation award, would you like to really highlight key innovations which you have brought in, which you can really claim that these are your core innovations which nobody has done? Or have you really filed any patents or any other thing that
Yeah,
will
we are
really
working
help us?
we are working with IISc, the Indian Institute of Science out over there. And in terms of patent standards, all of those are in progress out over there. Yeah. And but see, robotic management framework itself is a very nascent area. People have created the robots as independent, isolated entities. The entire integrated, they're working in like a symphony or an orchestra. It's a kind of an evolving area globally as well. So what we have done is we have got into that area, and because of our background, per se, we have been able to get the entire factory to be working up in a unison out over there, making use of whatever be the latest technologies therein.
This is like the cutting edge of technology, and you are doing so much work. It's not coming out in the presentations, hence we had to ask. But it's it's commendable work that you're doing using such the cutting edge technologies of all the key technologies you are using. So all the best.
Yeah. No, thanks. So we were not sure the audience will be, how technical will they be. So sometimes it becomes very difficult that
No
we
problem.
speak.
Just a thought. Thank you so. That's very nice.
I wish you good luck. Wonderful work. Wonderful work.
Sorry, I have a question. Are there any major robo manufacturers that you are associated with?
We are working with Twara. We are working with Rigbitel. We are working with Strider.
These are all India based or overseas also?
Indian. We are working with Indian robotic companies.
Okay.
We created, as I mentioned, we work with ISC, and ISC has created this industrial automation park. So over there, it's only the Indian startups that we engage out over there.
Very good. Excellent.
Wonderful.
Thank you for the presentation, Mr. Srinivas. Very well presented and answered to the questions of the jury as well. We wish you the very best with your work.
Yeah, thank you.
Jurors, while you evaluate this innovation, we can get ready with the next set. The next innovation is from TCS. We have the team in the chat. Here, team would request you to turn on the cameras and share your screen.
Hi Amod. Hi everyone. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi,
Good morning.
Pritham. Good morning.
Hi. Good morning. I just share my screen. Hope my presentation is visible.
Yes,
Yes.
we can begin with the presentation.
Yeah. Hi. Okay. So today I'm just going to go through some of the developments which we have done in our organization. I'm from TCS. TCS Internal IS. This is Digital Infrastructure Services. That's our unit name. And we have done this enhancement by building solutions in-house without development efforts from any third party. So I'll just go ahead. So initially, I will just go through the challenges or the issues which the associates were facing for their day-to-day work. So as a problem, as you know, TCS has a user base of about 6 lakhs and 5 lakhs associates on MS Teams, right? And most of the users on MS Teams, the first challenge which they were facing is in Teams we have a channel capability where we can add multiple members in a channel and they can communicate and collaborate between each other. So the major challenge there was addition of multiple members because of the user base, different units, different project teams. Addition of multiple members in one go was a major challenge because they have to add it one by one or they have to create a separate group. So that's a process which they had to follow. So that was one of the channels. The channels in TCS were more than 9 lakhs. So to manage that scale of a channel was again a challenge. Secondly, we had incident management systems. We had change management system as a separate applications. Now, also while such a user base, while connecting to any of the IT department was through mail or ticket or calls. Now that was really time consuming. That was one challenge. Another challenge was in the same part was that they didn't had a native chat facility to connect to the agents, the global help desk L1 level. Also, in our system, there are multiple categories and the subcategories which user has to select depending on their issues. So that was another issue where user has to either remember it or has to take it from someone who knows what the categories are. Again, looking at the user base with same names, many same names. Another challenge was finding an associate, right? A correct associate of a project, of a location. That was another challenge by sending. And also, how do we send it? Send, say, suppose there is someone who is asking, yeah, do you know about this associate? I want to know his contact or a business card. So sending a business card was again a challenge. The crude way of doing it was searching it in employee portal, copying the details and then pasting it over Teams or email. That was the crude way of doing it. And the fourth one was communication. Communication to such a large user base was a very major challenge. It was natively either emails or in the fragments through HRs or the L&D departments or the unit teams. Now that was again a major challenge. How do we communicate to such a large user base? So considering all these challenges, we had developed a set of applications which would cater these issues. These are the four applications which we had developed in-house. First one was bulk member upload, which would cater the first issue of adding users in the channel. Second was the AGBA virtual assistant. This is a chatbot which would cater raising a ticket, raising an RFC, a self-service portal where user would get answers to their questions quickly without raising a ticket or without even sending a mail to any of the IT team. The third is the people search that we branded as Master Find. So here people can search, associate within the teams, and send a business card right away into the teams to the opposite person, who can then click on the username and directly chat with them. And the fourth one was the
Preetham, just a
broadcast
prompt.
messenger.
5 minutes are left for the presentation.
Sure. The fourth one was the broadcast messenger. Here, it's not only a one-way communication. We also have a capability of capturing responses from the other side of the team. Moving ahead, this is the first bulk member upload app which I was referring to. Here, since 9 lakhs channels, right, and every team member or every associate in TCS has many channels which they create. Now adding multiple members was a challenge, so we have developed a tool in Teams itself where he can easily go have the employee IDs in an Excel uploaded, and it's through, it gets added. Also, while reconciliation, as and when the user or the associate moves out of the team, removing the searching one by one from the member list was difficult. So that also we help in from reconciliation perspective. We have an export option from where the user can export the user list and reconcile accordingly. This is a benefit which we have achieved: reduction of time by 88% and effort by 92% with a native way of adding one by one into the channel. This is the AGBA personal assistant. This is a chatbot, a self-assistant chatbot where we have integrated with our incident management system to auto predict the categories based on the description, and we it is a ticket description or a RFC description. Both can be predicted, and accordingly user can raise a RFC automatically from the AGBA chatbot itself. It also have a live chat facility, which is again integrated with backend contact center, and user can chat with the agent sitting behind the contact center. These are the benefits. The overall benefits: we have reduced the efforts by 30,470 hours per year, thereby saving 97%. The net saving per year, which has been calculated as a ROI, was 12,65,000. This is the net saving per year. This is the Masterfind app, the people search app, which is deployed in MS Teams, which can send and business card of the user, search users based on their IOU, based on their location, based on names, email ID. There are various options which we have given. So again, the benefit of this solution is 80%. We have reduced the time of a user searching through various options, that who search associate through various contacts or mails or whatever. So that has reduced by 80%. And last is the broadcast messenger. This is again a communication platform through which we communicate various communications to entire TCS. It not only is a one-way communication, as I said earlier. We have a capability also to capture the responses by sending dynamic data. So when I mean dynamic data, the data to every user can differ based on the requirement, and that broadcast is sent to that particular user, and he can even respond on those messages. So those messages are captured and then transferred to the concerned team. So this is another mechanism through which we have reduced the time of communication, which was normally through emails or other fragmented ways, by 99%. Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation, Preetham. Well presented and in time as well. Jurors, we are open to questions. Would any of the juror would like to take the first question?
Pritam, just you can hear me, right?
Yes, I can.
Pritam, just wanted to know, like, you said that business cards. So business cards of the associates who are part of TCS you're talking about,
Yes.
but you don't have your centralized database of all associates and employees and even clients in one place. Why one needs to upload a business card?
Yes. So basically, we have the database. The data is available, but it is at a employee portal, right? So when, say, for
You can
example,
always sync, right? You can always sync from your employee. It must be in some relational database management system, where you can
correct.
actually have a complete database to database transfer.
Correct. It is in database, but to search that particular details, right? There is no mechanism to search directly. We have a employee portal.
Talking about search, Pritam, I'm talking about onboarding. I'm talking about onboarding on your platform of associates as well as those who are stakeholders.
Onboarding. No, I think I have not got your question then.
No, what I'm saying is, suppose I'm your associate. Okay, so I'm your associate, and my data is already there in HR portal. Why you want me to upload my business card again?
Oh, okay. No, no. User will not upload the business card. Actually, the scenario is like, say, suppose I am an associate of the of TCS, right? Now, Sheel Mishra is someone who is already part of TCS. Now, I know him as a Sheel Mishra. I don't know. There are multiple Sheel Mishras in TCS because of such a large user base, right? So to search accurate Sheel Mishra who is working in so and so department is cumbersome in TCS because we don't have that relational model, right? Or else what they have to do is they have to go into the employee portal, they have to search for that Sheel, but again you will get multiple options of Sheel Mishra. So from
Okay.
there to search is again a manual work. So what we have done is we have given an option for user to search basis on various categories, like they can search basis on name, they can search basis on employee number, they can search basis on IOU, location, any of. So that's an easier mechanism. Plus, if someone is asking me that I want Sheel Mishra's connect or a business card, I can share it right away from Teams. So that's the easier mechanism. Otherwise, it's a traditional mechanism that go into the portal, copy the data, and paste it over here. So that we have simplified.
Things. You could have built this as an independent platform, and underlying you could have connected even Zoom and this one. Why you chose MS Team as a platform?
Because MS Teams is used by 5 lakhs associates across TCS, which is almost 80 to 90% of our workforce, right? And it is an application which is always on, even though if user is working on some other platform developing something, MS Teams is something which is always on. He doesn't have to explicitly go into any portal, and it doesn't have any idle timeout. Also, you can keep the application running. If you want anything, you can just switch over to the application and right away work on it. So that's the benefit which we saw, and therefore we had developed it in Teams.
That promise.
Okay. Hi, Pritham.
Hi.
This IVA, you said it's a chatbot and it uses NLP. Is it also, and one of the bigger applications uses of this, innovation of yours is incident management system, where I think you can query the incident management system. So does it have a contextual search also, in the sense that, I may have a series of questions that I want to get an answer to because I've got a problem on my hands. So does the IVA help me? It's like, your ChatGPT or something, it has a contextual capability. So does your IVA also have a contextual capability?
So currently it is FAQ based, but yes, we have developed that capability in our development environment, and soon we'll be deploying it as a Gen AI capability plus agentic AI capability. So as you said, sorry,
By next year, this year, next year, when?
by this year, this year end.
Okay. Okay. And are customers allowed to participate in this platform of yours, or how
Uh,
do they get answers to their queries, or they have to write formal emails to you or something, or what?
so currently the scope is TCS. but we can take it to customers as a separate application into their environment. But directly into this a particular application in TCS environment, customers are not allowed.
Okay, because it'll cut short the customer time for seeking a response, because they are obviously going to do the same thing which your staff will be, your employees will be doing to seek answers to problems that they're having from a TCS system,
Yeah.
right?
So technically, yes, we can do that, but due to security constraints, we are not allowed.
Yeah, let me pitch in. So IVA version is basically which we are using internally, but the whole framework on which it is sitting is being sold to customers as such. So we have a different version of the same stuff which we are generically selling to the customer as a whole, which caters to their requirement. So it's
It's also a Teams
different.
platform.
Yeah, it's
On
on Teams
Teams,
platform.
it's on Teams platform. It is also available on Google platform. So
Oh,
both associates on both the platforms can access this application.
okay. Thank you.
So that means you can sell it as a product.
It is a product, yes, and
So
it is a
you
it
can
is
actually charge money and then sell licenses.
yes.
Okay, very good.
It is
I
IP
want to
saved
ask.
also. It is IP saved also. This particular I as a chatbot which I was talking about, it's IP saved.
So are you actually selling it as like a product, or you have just created as a
It
POC for
is
internal and then because
no.
TCS
It
doesn't
is
do
it
these kind of
is.
things.
TCS does do for our customers which requires custom applications, right? So this
Hmm.
particular
For
chatbot
your own
is
customers, right?
yeah
Okay.
for our own customers. Yeah,
And we call it Cognix platform.
Cognix platform.
It's a trademark that
Yeah.
we have
So IVA
pushed.
we have
Okay, good.
rebranded it internally. Otherwise, it's a Cognix platform.
Okay. All right, fine. Thanks.
Professor Arpin, do you have a question?
No, so hello, am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I don't have any question. Thank you.
Oh, we still have some time left. Does any
Right.
of the jury have a
Yeah.
follow-up
I
question?
have a question. You said, there's no prediction happening here, right? In terms of the responses to the query, it's all going to the FAQ database, picking it up, and basically it is trying to respond to you with something that is reasonably close to the question and the keywords that are being used. So, is there any prediction capability in the responses that
Yes.
are going out?
Yes. So basically, it is basis on the intent of the user. So whatever user writes a question, right? So intent is understood by the bot, and basis on that intent, it goes to the FAQ database and finds an relevant answer.
So we are utilizing traditional AI as such currently, but we had demoed it when we had this chat GPT culture coming in 2023. We had already demoed it, but post that we had different legal things coming in, which we have framework upon as a TCS, and we will soon be going with that. Uh, uh, so in that, what we had used is we had used Gen AI model from OpenAI, and we had utilized that to for the generative AI basically feature. But currently, what we are giving to the user through IVA is the traditional AI, where we have the traditional AI NLP capability. It predicts the intent, and it actually offers that. Yes, once we go with the generative AI, we will have more. We don't have to create that many training set for the FAQs as we do today. So that will surely help in that. So once we go live with that, we will have those accuracy
From
and
a
other
yeah.
aspect coming in.
From the prediction standpoint, in IVA, there is another capability, not for FAQs, but for the category which I mentioned, right? So in TCS, we have multiple categories and subcategories which user has to select in the incident management system to raise a ticket or RFC, right? So that has to be remembered, or the user has to know it, which category it is. But here, what we have done is we have simplified it. So here user have to just put a question or description, basically a description that if he is facing any issue or he is having any request. So based on that description, we are auto predicting the categories. Okay, so that in that sense, user need not remember those categories or know those categories. You just have to put key in the description, and automatically the categories are predicted.
Okay.
And this is being run through a machine learning model that we have created based on the past 3 to 4 months of ticket data. And what Pritam was talking about, RFC, in our case, we call it RFC, but it is actually change request
Change request.
that
Yeah.
users would be putting for different access and other specific stuff. So this is a model that we create with the machine learning model that does that prediction based on the description. It auto identifies those category, because here we are talking about 4 set of categories that the user has to select today. So that's a cumbersome exercise, but with the bot, that has been taken over as a solution and prediction.
Thank you for the presentation, Team TCS. We wish you the very best of luck with your work.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Jurors, while you evaluate this session from Team TCS, we can get ready with the next set. The next innovation is from VE Commercial Vehicles, which is the last presentation for today's session.
Hello, good morning. Can you able to see my screen?
Yeah,
Yes,
good morning.
yes, we can.
Hi, my name is Kapil G. Krishnan. Along with me, Mr. Bhupen Tiwari and Harshit Garg is here. So we three are the key lead for this complete initiative. So we're going to take you through on the VE Drive Net. So just for an introduction, that we are from VE Commercial Vehicles Limited. We make Eicher branded trucks and buses, and also Volvo branded buses currently in India. It's a joint venture between Eicher Group and Volvo. So the whole idea behind the VE DriveNet is the fuel economy, safety, and sustainability. That is, we are using the digital intelligence, using the data-driven insight for the complete automotive innovation. So what's this contains? There is a complete landscape of commercial mobility, which is data-driven. Currently, there are a lot of technologies which has come into the vehicle. Every vehicle in India currently is at least with one ECU. So there are a lot of data points which is available. Apart from that, when we are moving into a digital transformation era, coming AI and all other stuffs. So we are basically automotive engineers who put together our team and thought what we can do in the automotive industry, where the commercial vehicle industry in India is growing and growing every day. And we are investing a lot in this area. So to just look at the current challenge in a commercial vehicle industry, the life cycle complexity, the models variance has been increased, the electronics has been increased in the vehicle, and you understand that who is driving these vehicles? The people who has never gone into school, or a guy who has dropped out from the school becomes a technician, operator, or a driver in the vehicle. And also the emission compliance demands are increasing day by day. The fuel costs are, the cost of operations are increasing, and also the safety of these vehicles. So one out of 10,000 trucks met every day with an accident on the road because of the driver fatigue. That is one of the major reasons. And then the sustainability and the circular economy. So considering these challenges, if you look at VCV has completely migrated its trucks, that is 100% connected. That was the first in industry which has happened in India. And the 100% connectivity, the whole vehicle was fitted with the telematics and a data streaming platform into our vehicle in 2020. So we started this journey in 2020, and we developed over 3 years of decade this VE DriveNet. So if you look at, there are three major entities in the automotive platform, that is design and development, then the actual manufacturing of the vehicle, and then the aftermarket. This, if you look at this entire journey, we have 3 or 4 different systems which has got connected into a single platform, that is VE DriveNet. The first one is the validation operations, where the engineering data is being stored, retrieved, as well as analyzed for the improvements and for the future products. And in the manufacturing area, whatever the information which has been being collected, including the V vision for image analytics and inventory tracking. And also there is a real-time intelligent diagnostics. The diagnostics is the most complex part today in automotive because of the electronics introduction. We have moved completely from mechanical to electrification. And then the aftermarket, there also the same challenges are prevailing, that every day truck is coming with the issue. To find out the issue, we cannot have more number of people's working on this day and night to understand the issue alone, because these circuits are complex, these softwares are complex, people need to have electronic literacy. So considering these, this complete end-to-end platform has been created. That is, first is we validate operations, that is with the real-time data from vehicle sensors as well as the past data, and also this will be used for testing and all the operations which is being used in a manufacturing industry. Then we have V vision, that is operational efficiency and quality, and for the workforce safety. And then the V DLite, this is a unique idea. There is a single diagnostic system which is used in manufacturing as well as in aftermarket, which is unique in the industry, which generate the dynamic fault trees and use case based on the histories, plus the information which is available from the Validop, which is being pulled. And this model will create this DLite, where the complete fault modeling and the anomaly detections. Then comes the last part, what we are going to give it to the drivers, that is the V Xperia Edge. That is also running on the same platform, using the data, what needs to be done with the driver. What we give localized analytics on the vehicle, as well as we aggregate the data from other vehicle issues. Using that data, we will giving the predictable and actionable intelligence to the driver. So
Mr. Kapil, just a prompt, 5 minutes are left for the presentation.
Yeah. So when we comes to the VE Validops, where it is the complete data is being connected from all the available sources, and that is including telemetry data, vehicle history, CI simulation, and the complete past data. So using this, what we have done as an example, that for the first thing which we have done is DPF regeneration is a diesel particulation filter regeneration is a process where fuel needs to be used on the running engine. So where we could able to use these models and identify the improvement as well as predict the DPF regeneration requirements and optimize the strategies, which has resulted in around 23% of reduction of our complete fuel usage for DPF regeneration. As a second concept, you are aware there are many sensors which is available in the vehicle. So these contributes to a lot of cost into the vehicle. So using the predictive data modeling and using these data available from the vehicles, we would able to unify the data, develop the model as well as deploy it and validate it, and we could able to achieve the accuracy of 99.7 by removing these three components, that is dump valve, ambient temperature sensor, and boost pressure sensors. So today in our vehicles, these three sensors has been eliminated using the virtual data methodology while collecting and using the same data. When it comes to manufacturing and aftermarket, we use the same diagnostic system on this platform, which is a complete automated system using in plant with the intelligent diagnostics. Using the past data, we could able to dynamically identify the complete data root causes of what the problem is and which component to be replaced on a predictive manner. So this is completely a make, move, maintain system that using the engineering data, we could able to predict as well as fix the failures much in advance. So these are the proof of concept where we could able to copyright this entire system, that is digital twin diagnostic model. And when it comes to the edge, that is the driver platform, which uses this system, where we have a complete connected cloud system, the navigation and cloud-based voice assistant, and using the edge analytics, we could be able to prompt the driver how to drive the vehicle. That if you look at the dashboard and the infotainment system of our vehicles, there will be real-time alerts coming to the driver that you need to reduce or shift the gear, you need to reduce the speed or reduce the acceleration, etc. Plus, the pothole detection is also another area which we are currently working on. That the dual safety monitoring, we have a single camera, a single system which using dual camera and a single board, which is a driver facing as well as a front road facing, using the same telemetry data analytics as well as the driver behaviors. Currently we can able to detect the driver is having fatigue or the driver needs to be alerted, or the front, if he is following the vehicle or driving the lanes abruptly. So this is the patents which copyrights which we have got it approved for our software model-based system, virtual speed, cloud-based controls, and also model-based systems. So what is the benefit of this? The DPF regeneration reduction, which is costing us 23% of fuel efficiency enhancement during the DPF regeneration. The ADAS and safety services will definitely reduce the driver accidents in the night driving. And also we are building the self-sustainable drivers because he is getting a real-time alert to drive. And also there is a 50% reduction in inspection time. In the earlier days, we used to take a lot of time to fix a vehicle. Currently, there are around 15,800 man-hours have been saved due to the system. And the validation cycles has been reduced because of the data generated insights. And we are saving around 32,000 liters of fuel in validation. So to understand the social impact, there are 99.3 ton of carbon dioxide every year we have reduced because the fuel which we have saved. The NOx and PM also reduced due to the model-based approach by deletion of sensors. That is around 36,000 kilograms saving of PM and NOx. And the PCB reduction, we have reduced the sensors. So the PCB production will take around 6 million water per year. So and put together when it comes to the value, 50% inspection time, that is around saving of 2.5 million rupees. And then zero repeat failure, 10,000 rupees per vehicle that will be saved, and reduction of sensors and fuel usage will be saving another 54 million Indian rupees.
Mr. Kapil, the time is up for the presentation. Jurors, we have to begin with the questions now.
I have. Kapil, can you hear me?
Yes, I can able to hear you.
Yeah, sorry. So Kapil, just wanted to know, since some of the end users are your drivers, right? As you mentioned, they are not like, they may not be, completely literate or something.
Yes.
So how you are making sure your dashboards or, your end interfaces, they can be, used by these drivers and these people? Like, are you using some local language kind of dashboards or how?
Yes, if you look at the VE Expedia platform which I have given, based on the location and the profile which is set for the driver, we can able to select. Currently, I have 6 languages. That is English, anyway, standard it is a language. I'm not considering that. Apart from that, we have English, Hindi, and majorly the southern languages, that is Malayalam, Telugu, and Kannada. So these are the languages which is we are currently using. So most of the northern part of the country can live with Hindi at least. So that's why we were less focused and we were focusing on South. So slowly we will be bringing Bengali and Odio also into this platform. So based on the driver profile, it will automatically adjust that which language it needs to be given.
And are you monitoring the performance also? What I mean here, suppose if I'm your driver and you are guiding me through some, like I should not be cutting the lane or I should change the gear, but I'm not doing that. So are you monitoring that performance also, like how they are adhering to whatever you
Expedia, the second portion was the dual camera system which we were using based on the location, road profile, speed, which is collecting from the Google Maps. We could able to alert the driver that currently you are running at 80, you need to reduce it to 60. That data is also recorded that on these lanes, if he is cutting, there is a recording also which is happening that on this road he is supposed to reduce. If he is reduced, there is a scorecard is also created.
Okay. So scorecard means how much like instruction the driver is following or not following, right?
That's correct. Absolutely right.
And then you said, okay, you are actually your design team, your manufacturing, and your go-to-market, right?
Yes.
Your so how is it a common systems you're building? Like for example, moment you create a design for your say new truck, and then you said it goes to the manufacturing. So it's a completely integrated systems. That's what you are talking about.
Currently, it is completely integrated system because that is the example which I've shown when we moved from OBD1 to OBD2 in 2023. That innovations has done using the same platform where it is circular. That we were having in 2020, we launched everything. We got the vehicle running for 3 years. Those whole data came into the design area, and while he is designing the OBD2 vehicle, those information has been used using AI agents, creating models, software strategies, and then it moved to manufacturing, that whatever the issues came in the past, it should not repeat again. And the same thing has percolated into aftermarket. So this is a single line of flow.
Is it a complete internal innovation, or you are taking support of some ecosystem? I mean, like startups or research institutions, or is completely in-house built platform?
This entire platform and model has been developed in-house. Of course, we are using help of Google GCP cloud platform. We are using GCP cloud platform. Plus, some of our legacy system was AWS. So we took help from AWS as well as GCP. Otherwise, it is a complete VCV now IT team, which has ITD team as well as our team, the engineering team, has invested in this.
Thanks, Thomas.
Hey, Kapil, I wanted to ask you this. There are a lot of these features you talked about have been appearing in your industry in different by different people, and a lot of these ADAS and other intelligent features are becoming standard now. So, what is that you one or two unique things that you are doing that has either not been done, or they just have combined them together in a way that becomes very compelling solution?
Okay, so the buzzword ADAS is everywhere, but unfortunately, nobody is getting into the depth of that. The
Right.
first thing, when it's a driver, I'm giving a local language in Indian commercial vehicle industry,
Right.
truck, based on his needs. So that is not happened in India's industries so far anywhere. So that is number one. Number
Right.
two, using two cameras and a single board system, nobody has used in India. Second, integrating the Google Maps information into this for speed intelligence. That has not been anybody in India. Third thing, driver monitoring. Everybody monitor the fatigue of the driver or smoking. What I am doing,
Right.
I am starting from the profile of the driver, how he was driving in the past.
Uh-huh.
And based on his face and memory, even the ignition is being stopped. If an unauthorized driver is entered into the vehicle, he can't even crank that because that face has to be detected. Only his fleet manager can change that his face need to be detected and given this. Then on the porthole detection in India, nobody has done so far. The porthole detection technology which we use from the past vehicle camera data, that on the same day, whichever the vehicle has traveled on the major routes, we will alert the driver there is a pothole there. Because in the night, the driver may not be not so much concentrate. Plus, the major failures of my tire and suspension happens due to the potholes. So that has been eliminated.
Just a little, I mean, I didn't have this question before, but when you say potholes, there
Yeah.
are like thousands of them. So how do you alert the driver?
Excellent. So we have a every 1 week batch which is running on the camera image analytics that on the major routes. I'm not saying every corner of the
Right,
country.
major roads and maybe the bigger ones only.
My
Yeah.
population running on the e-commerce are running on 80 kmph because they have to achieve the time to destination. So they will be simply firing the vehicle like anything. So they do not have the time to stop the vehicle. So in that case, what 1 week I have this data, the vehicle has already articulated. I have those particular images using a AI algorithm. It can detect that which all are the GPS location this vibration has happened. Plus, using the images, we will be zooming the images and identifying there was a pothole and which is a threat for a truck in that particular lane. So if it is following the same GPS route, same lane, it will start giving the information using an analytics saying that this particular GPS location we have a problem.
Okay.
So the moment that reaches to that GPS location within 60 or 80 meters, it will start alerting that there is a pothole nearby.
But they just, I mean, one more, I don't know. I mean, since you answered, I get more questions. I'll stop after this. So this will be continuous beeping then.
It's not continuous beeping. The potholes are not like that everywhere. We only detect those potholes which is going to create an issue in my truck based on the size and dimension of that particular truck.
Fine. That I'm sure you did that. Thank you.
Sorry, are you the only company offering this type of software, or there is already the other truck companies in India are also doing something
In
similar?
India, the launched one is currently, it is me only.
It's only Aisha.
Yeah, it's only Aisha. These features.
Okay. And it's quite interesting to note that an automobile manufacturing company has actually created this capability. I thought it would be more a telco also that would, maybe create a value-added service or something, which Because I presume that the whole thing is being driven by satellite transmission, right?
Correct.
Yeah,
That's why I told you now that we had a vision in 2020. We give free telematics to all our customers since 2020. So we created this ecosystem because we know that our company had a vision that using digital transformation will give a value-added services to our customers. So driving through that vision, we could able to invest so much into this.
Okay. And every truck that you now manufacture is being rolled out with this capability.
Yes, yes. Every truck we have 100% connected trucks.
Okay.
So even if you look at any competition in India, also there is no 100% connected which is given. It's an option given to customer. Do you want to purchase or not? I'm giving to it for free only because I can create this value-added services.
I found that a number of logistics companies, I don't know whether they're using your software or not, but they also have similar capabilities, because they are actually the users of those trucks, and they are very concerned about the fact as to how well the drivers are performing and whether they are breaking in the rules or whether they're creating more accidents or
data part they are using. If you look at the complete ecosystem which we have created, bringing that information into manufacturing and aftermarket as well as in the design, that how our next vehicle should be, how we can save more money, how we can create more value to the customer. So this platform, the end-to-end platform is not available anywhere in India.
So if I'm a logistics company and I use only your trucks, so I have a dashboard in front of me which will tell me how my trucks are performing, how my drivers are performing.
You will see the complete scorecard, fuel efficiency,
recommendations, etc.
Yes, that is already there, which is running, which is called MeitY platform. For the customer, we'll see it as a MeitY, but the platform is VDriveNet only. We call it internally, but you will find in the market that is called MeitY.
No, wonderful
Professor Apan, do
solution.
you have a question?
No, so
Wonderful,
no questions from my side. Thank you.
wonderful solution, Mr. Krishna. So I think there is a great use case which Nitin Gadkari ji had actually asked me to really build, and he challenged a lot of innovators couple of years back, which is mapping the potholes. All right, so maybe you can really connect with me offline. All right, and that you can really present it to him and his ministry, right? Because they're desperately looking for a solution wherein you can really tag the potholes across the country. We also, my lab has actually provided them some prototype solution, but since you have the large vehicles, right, you can really tag and create the database of all the entire potholes and classify them, right? And that can further be connected with the database of those who have created the roads, right? So we can really talk sometime offline.
Definitely. Thank you.
In that, extending that context, there is a very nice, there is a very nice application of a street bump app in city of Boston. How you can detect potholes in the city of Boston. And just have a look at that street bump app, which is there. It's basically a part of smart city planning and.
Yes. Yeah, Professor Apan, there are a lot of such applications available, right? But they actually wanted to classify potholes like Satyamji said, okay, it will keep on beeping the truck, right? Because the roads condition, specifically in Mumbai and other areas, right?
So differentiation is needed, which is a street bump, which is a pothole, which is by design, and which is an accidental discovery. But yeah,
basically customer is data for our vehicle based on the dimensions of our vehicle. Every vehicle have a different dimension.
So good, I think
a wonderful solution.
Interesting work, because
Thank you.
it has
Thanks.
a lot of climatic impact also. It's good, all the best.
You can log out, Mr. Krishnan.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Amod, we are done for today.
So just to clarify,
you are on mute, Amod.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Professor Karpti.
Professor Apan?
Yeah, Cookie Jar is not there, right?
Yes.